The Combat Cast starts now.
All right, welcome everyone to the Combat Cast. There we go. All right, so Derek's back. If you couldn't tell,
yeah.
So welcome to the Combat Cast right before launch, where some people will get to start playing the game with the early access.
It's happening. It's happening.
So very excited. We got a couple things to show you today. We're going to talk about invasions.
Yes, sir.
We're going to talk about some characters.
Shang Tsung, Reiko.
Very excited.
Reiko or Rico?
Reiko.
I'm going with Rico.
It's pronounced Reiko.
Is it Reiko?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to get that wrong forever.
Reiko.
Well,
So before we do any of that, we're going to get to a trailer that some of you have probably seen, but we always like starting out with the trailer. So here we go. Let's take a look.
Having liberated the Hourglass and become Keeper of Time, I was free to craft a new era of peace.
As long as I've known you, you've dreamed of leaving Fengjian.
Is it so wrong to want some excitement?
The time draws near for the grand martial arts tournament between Earthrealm and the Outworld.
It has begun.
You are woefully unprepared, Earthrealmer. This will be your last battlefield.
Two Johnnies, one timeline.
Man, this has mega hit written all over it.
Inferior clans who will fall to the Lin Kuei.
Hey, yo, I want to give a big shout out to my boy, Jotto Rhodes. Keep holding it down, brother.
There will be spoils in this war.
Let us win it first, brother.
I will aid you.
If you fight tomorrow, the symptoms of your disease could manifest. Kitana will take your place.
There are already whispers she should replace me as your heir.
Your race can shapeshift.
I am your deliverer, Shang Tsung. Join me, and I will put the realms at your feet. I found my destiny.
The threat you pose ends today.
All right, and we're back. There we go. We're getting there. We're getting very close.
This is exciting.
It's upon us.
Very exciting. And more exciting things to talk about, Derek. A mode that you worked a lot on.
Oh yeah.
We want to talk a little bit. Some people have seen a little bits and pieces of it, but we wish I want to go more into depth. We have some questions we found off the internet and whatnot about invasions.
Yes, invasions.
So what are invasions?
Invasions is another additional single-player mode for Mortal Kombat 1. What we've done is we've kind of taken what we did with the Towers of Time and the Crypt in previous games, and we combined them into Invasions. And Invasions is an RPG-like experience going through the different realms, or mesas as we like to call them, of Mortal Kombat 1 to defeat the invading force.
All right.
Each season is about an invading force coming into Liu Kang's timeline. And season 1 is about Hanzo Hasashi, and he has come. I'm not gonna spoil it. We're gonna show a video afterwards about that. And so every season you'll have new mesa, you'll have new content, and a new story and a new invading boss.
Awesome, and we're gonna get into some of that too as well.
Yes.
And we have some. Do you want to start with some videos now?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
So you talked about the Mesa Selects.
Yes.
Let's take a look at that. So this is where it all happens.
This is where it all happens. You see you got Scorpion looming over that one there at the end. That one would be the final Mesa. And as you progress, you will unlock each one of these mesas. We don't want people to get into content that might be too hard for them, so we've also added a level of progression to the system. You'll start off in the Tea House Mesa and make your way all the way to Scorpion. And then that center mesa that we have highlighted there, that's called the Gateway. And so if you were to finish all the content of the season, but you still want to play fights and you still want to, do one thing or another, you can through the Gateway Mesa, which has constant rotating content similar to what we had in Towers of Time, where there's new daily, new hourly, new weekly, and a seasonal tower, which you should be like max level before you even start that, and there's warnings.
I was playing that the other day, and a very high-level Gearus bodied me.
Yeah.
Was it me?
About it.
No. Yeah. We named it Lanny.
Wow, that's super cool.
Yeah.
So just what we're talking about here with the mesas, there is always something to do.
Always.
And when you finish doing that stuff, you can go do more stuff.
Yes. There's always something to do in Invasions. And like I kind of touched on earlier, it definitely has RPG elements where you can allocate stats, so you can kind of like have your fighters be as strong in one category or another. And and there's elements and there's a lot.
There's a lot to it.
Yeah, and it's neat. Like in the QA lab, you'll hear like all the hot takes. Like one person's like, "Oh, I dump all my stats into attack. I'm YOLO.
That's what I do.
Go
That's
all in."
absolutely what I know.
People have a more balanced approach. There's also, you can have your stats be automatic, which is what I do.
Right.
Hey, shout out to Robin for the like.
And what people start to do is they start forming like teams, right? Depending upon what kind of challenges they're coming up to. So it really encourages you to change your characters or change your cameos frequently as well.
And helps you learn characters too.
And it helps you learn characters, And so choosing one character could give you an advantage in a fight. You're not necessarily required to do that. But once you engage more with the systems, you'll be like, ooh, I know if I pick Raiden against Sub-Zero, I'm going to win because Sub-Zero is weak to electricity.
Yeah, the min-maxers out there are going to find exactly what needs to be done, switching out every time, doing all this stuff.
Exactly. And then, like I said, each season, we'll wipe all that content and we'll make brand new content with a brand new invading force.
Dig it. Speaking of these, the places you play, almost the playboard, the maces.
Yeah.
You want to take a look at one of those?
So they're huge and they are beautiful. And so I think one we haven't shown yet is the Tarkatan Colony. And so, yeah, let's do it.
So he goes through this portal.
He goes through the portal.
And he goes into the
Tarkatan Colony.
And it's very neat because normally in a fighting game you're seeing these environments, but on the 2D plane you get kind of a limited view. And with this you can just see like this expansive version of these levels.
Huge.
These are all nodes and chests you can find.
There's secrets everywhere. And speaking of secrets, every node has a secret fight.
Which you have to figure out,
yes. So
yes.
There is a lot of content to be had.
There are also just a million like Easter eggs, in-jokes, references, little lore things, just the whole 30 years of Mortal Kombat's run. There are characters who might not be in the game, but they'll get a little shout out in invasion modes. Some of the names of nodes are really fun. Like just a simple example, early on there's a reptile fight and the node is called Lucha La Luna.
Yep.
Little fun things like that
There we go.
fans will appreciate.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to work on this mode, and it was just really important for us to like have progression, right? To have something where you can finish it and you can feel a level of completion each season, and you're unlocking a bunch of cool stuff along the way.
Right on. Beautiful stage. Cool. And then you just go over there and you're like, I need to get to that. I need to open that later.
Yep.
Like as you even fly over, you're seeing that. And you talked about RPGs earlier.
Yes.
A lot of RPGs have ways to build and craft.
Yes. And we have that too. So we have a forging system and a crafting system where you have these items which we call talisman. And as you're going through your journey of invasions, you're collecting things called components. And what you can do is go into a forge, which is a Shokan warrior named Bob. He's everywhere.
We want to show that now? Oh, we are showing it. We're showing it. Go, there we go.
There's Bob. And so there's the Shokan warrior, and he can be found in each one of the mesas. And there's sometimes multiples of them as well. And you take these components, you collect, and you combine them with talisman to make them stronger. Or you can even change the element types with them. So if something starts off as fire, and you're like, actually, I need to turn this into ice. You can do that stuff. And there's some very wacky talisman also. And so I'm not going to really spoil too much of it, but I'm excited to see what people are able to do with this forging system. QA's been really hype about it, about like...
Yes,
yeah.
there's some that will get really, really powerful, and they'll actually have to come to you and be like, is this by design? And you'll be like, absolutely.
Yes. If it's broken and fun, yeah, we most likely did that intentionally.
And then we're actually creating a better skull here, which I would like to say we should maybe show some of how that. You want to show that now?
Yeah. Let's do it. We're successfully going through the forge, right? So,
right.
Again, like even the sequence just looks awesome, right? Like forging sequence. Mad props to the UI team for getting that going. And there, Bob's back to work.
Thank you, Bob.
So then we have these little tiny ones.
And so you can forge it so that they become real little. And actually, one of the hardest things to avoid is something that is moving slow.
And staggers.
Right? But you can also make them really big.
and that's just skulls.
That's just skulls. There's different kind of fireballs, meteors, armor. There's one I just really can't wait for people to see.
I think I know the one you're talking about.
But we're gonna hold it and wait till people make videos.
We'll hold that one in.
Yes. But pretty much a lot of the modifiers that you'll see throughout invasions can also be turned into a talisman, and so it gives you this additional power outlet that you can use during fights, and you can actually even 2-in-1 into talismans as well. So it's a lot of fun. It's an additional level of power to help you advance through this adventure that we call Invasions.
Awesome. And say it like that every time.
Invasions.
Awesome. So we do have some questions from that we've kind of scoured to find. So I'm just going to give you some rapid fire.
Hit me. Let's do
Give
it.
me as much information as you can or will.
Okay, you got it.
Does my level reset each season?
Yes, your invasions level will reset each season. You will start back at level 1. The cap for a season is level 30.
Cool.
Yep.
Are invasions how I unlock cameos, skins, and gear and stuff?
Yes, but not exclusively how you unlock them. Just playing the game, you're unlocking cameos, so you're not required to just go and do invasions to unlock it. You can unlock them through playing online matches. We wanted to make sure that players were being rewarded for playing the modes they want to be playing, and also playing as the characters they want to be playing. We have 2 reward structures. Okay, we have more than that, but 2 passive ones. We have what's called Profile Mastery, which is your level profile going up no matter what you do, and you're unlocking items through that. And then you also have Character Mastery, where you're playing as Sub-Zero, you want stuff for Sub-Zero, you're getting stuff for Sub-Zero for playing Sub-Zero.
I'm getting it.
Yeah. And so each character has a mastery reward system, and so do cameos. So whatever cameos you want to play as, guess what? You're getting rewards for them as you're just playing with them.
Got it. So, online warriors, you can get your stuff.
Yep.
You love doing the offline stuff. You get your stuff.
Yep.
So you do them both. You get your stuff.
Yep.
Yes.
Awesome.
Just play the game.
That's all you need to do. What happens when a season ends?
Oh.
When you vanquish.
I know.
Or not.
Well,
If you couldn't finish it.
So what happens is we lock the content, or we make it kind of go away for a week. We want to have a down period between seasons so people can be like, whew, I can relax for a
Breathe a little
bit.
bit.
I can relax. And then what will happen is there will be 2 mesas that are still available to you. One is the Gateway Mesa, again, the constant changing content, things like that. So if you still want something to play during the downtime, that's there. But then there's also the Wuxi Academy. The Wuxi Academy is a practice mesa where you can respec your points, you can try different loadouts and things like that, and that'll be available to you as well.
Dig it.
Cool.
I mean, we kind of already touched on this. Do you have to play as one character in the invasion?
No, you can switch characters at any point. You have one global invasion level, and all your characters are leveling at the same time. So you might reach like a level 15 content. Guess what? All your characters are that level, so it's not like, oh, I have to level this character up to even beat this. Nope, that is
Super
not
helpful.
Yes,
Super
you can
helpful.
switch at any point. What were you
Yeah,
gonna say?
like what I did when I was playing this weekend is I had Katana as my roster character, and I would switch my cameos constantly. And you can also have different loadouts. So like, if I wanted to switch to Sindel, she can have a different talisman.
Yep.
And that kind of stuff. So
Awesome.
you can if you want to. You also could stick to one character. It's really up to you.
Yeah.
Dig it. Is Invasions an online feature? Always online
Yes,
feature?
it is an online feature.
Gotta be connected.
Because you're getting rewards, right? And so we need to make sure and validate that you're getting those rewards and that content. Yes.
Got it. Is there a match for each stage in Invasions?
Is there a match for each
Map.
Oh, a map.
A mesa.
So we are only showing 6 mesas for, or well, technically 8. For season 1, and again, each season we'll try to bring in a new mesa or a new map, and then we'll shuffle them around, change things up, so it's new content.
Sure. Do I have to pay for Invasions each season?
No, it's seasonal content. I know when people hear the word seasonal, they think that there's something to pay for. No, of course, it's free content. You don't pay for Invasions.
Is there a battle pass? Kind of already talked.
No, we do not have a battle pass. There's
We have
no
the other ways of.
We have passive reward structures, no battle
Got
pass.
it. Is there MTX in Invasions?
There is no MTX in Invasions, so you cannot pay your way through it. You cannot pay to get rewards or things like that. No.
Exclusive seasonal items.
Yes, there are exclusive seasonal items. Like people have been asking, or I've seen on the Twitters, if getting that scorpion skin is how, or if Invasions is how I get that scorpion skin, I'm gonna play it, and it is. And there's a lot of other cool ones in there too.
If I miss something during a season, can I still get it?
You're gonna have to wait till that season comes back.
Got it. That's all the questions
That's
I
it.
have. Yeah.
That's it. So,
I have one thing to add that I've seen a lot of people mention.
yeah.
classic, just classic towers where you unlock your arcade ladder ending and all that are still in the game too.
We have that too.
Right.
Which I will do every single one of them.
Yeah.
As I always do. Awesome. Anything else you'd like to add? I mean, I think that was a pretty good rundown.
I think we covered a lot. No, I think I'm good. Let's maybe show the season opener.
Let's do that. Let's show the
Okay,
season
season opener.
Season 1.
The Scorpion invading our timeline also lost his wife and son to Quan Chi's murderous machinations. Consumed by grief, he searched them all to find another Harumi with whom he could rebuild his family. But in timeline after timeline, he arrived too late. Harumi was already dead. When Scorpion reached ours, he was crushed to find that, though alive, Harumi was wedded to Kuai Liang. Thwarted yet again, Scorpion's frustration exploded into rage. He has vowed to burn this entire timeline. If he cannot have Harumi, no one will.
Okay, spooky, huh?
Terrifying. So spooky.
Scorpion, he's really angry.
It's ominous, you know. So that's super cool.
Yeah.
Have a nice opening to the season.
Yes, and each season will have an opening of the invading force, right? And there are no jumping spiders. There's no jumping spiders. So
good to know.
Yes.
And if you manage to reach the boss and defeat them, you get a cinematic ending to go with it, which is really cool.
We like to give you a conclusion.
Super awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to show you some characters today. Reiko's coming.
Reiko.
Did
I say it right?
You
that
said
time?
it wrong.
Reiko.
It's still Reiko. So Raker, you've done it to me.
Got him.
Reiko. People on Twitter have been asking, like, hey, we have any grapplers? And if we want to have one, here one is.
Yeah.
He does have some stuff you can do from distance, but really getting in front of Reiko, being right in his face, is probably not the best bet for you.
Yeah, he's a brawler.
Absolutely.
There's no nuance here. There's no finesse. He's just a street fighter.
Just in your face, beat the crap out.
Put him in the grinder.
Grinder.
Grinder don't stop.
Grinder don't stop.
All right, so what I like to start out with here, he's got his back too. We're going to do some normals real quickly.
Sure.
Just a spinning back fist.
It's
Boom.
pretty fast.
Highly advantageous. So you throw that out there, you might throw it out again, you might go for a command grab. Lots of stuff you can do off of that. Not a combo move, just a very fast pressure move. What I love to use for 2, which is an overhead. Also pretty quick. Are you going to get that confused with this?
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe.
I sure do. But what's it doing? Putting you right there in front again.
Right.
Putting
For
you
the
right,
grinder.
Right, for the grinder, exactly. Now here's the interesting thing about his some of his other normals. I said he had some distance stuff. So like usually you're thinking like here.
Yeah.
He can actually start things from here with this like energy he has coming off his stuff. So you can start things from here.
That's really good distance.
Yeah.
So he actually covers a little more distance than you might actually think he does. So this thing right here,
Bam.
good for long range.
And notice how that would complement the overhead. It's low.
Yes, exactly. And then you also have like something like this.
Okay.
Just a big knockdown. It's your forward 4. My go-to move, like say for a punish or to start things, is this right here. And then you can link that into this move, things like that. So that's just a forward 1-2, quick punches, kind of a good punisher, good way to start
It seems like
combos.
he's almost always in the right range.
He does feel like he is, doesn't he?
He's got a lot of tools that it just seems like he's always in the right range.
Go ahead and jump at me.
Bam.
So 3 to standing 3, pretty good anti-air. As you can see, it covers a lot of space.
It's almost hitting the health bar.
Right, it almost knocking the health bar down. So if you can read its jump, that's a pretty good anti-air, I would say. I've been using it a lot for 1.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that. Let's talk about grabs.
Okay.
He has just this sweet grab, and you can do it, there, and you can actually pick the side you want to go to as well.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
For 2 bars,
2 bars.
it does a lot more damage. It does about 210. Costs 2 bars. You can also choose the side you want to go onto as well. So I can do I'm going to go over here.
Okay.
So
Put
back
him in
and
the
forth.
corner, get out of the
out
corner
of
if
the
you're in
corner.
the corner.
And are you still almost at range with that kick too afterwards?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So boom, you're...
Bam. Yeah,
right
that's-
back in there.
yeah, that's awesome.
Super awesome there. He also has from returning.
Mortal Kombat 4.
He's got to have his
Stars.
throwing stars.
Yeah.
And then the EX version, of course.
I love that.
The circle
yeah.
comes out,
I love that.
which is awesome. Probably one of my favorite moves, just visually, is this. He has this slide tackle. It just comes into some ground and pound.
He's just pummeling your face.
It is his armor move.
Oh, really? Cool.
So it can. I mean, I love it as an armor move. Like
Right.
you don't combo after it, but
Right.
like the amount of times that hits when someone pushes a button, and then guess what?
And he's also advancing forward quite a bit.
Yes,
So
and
that's
then
very good for
He's
an armor.
still in range.
Get right back in there. Also have a low slide.
Oh, jeez. So
Which okay?
I was gonna say. So I mean, he can close in the distance
Yes.
Very
multiple ways.
Yes.
Either with an armored slide or that slide.
You can also turn it into a knee,
What?
which you can combo after as well. You can also EX it, pardon, into like I missed it, but combos after that
Yeah.
as well. Still kind of working on this one.